What's up guys? In today's video I'm going to be answering some questions about the LG V series in 2021. The last video we did the G series, so I'm going to go ahead and continue that and answer some of the questions that I get all the time and I'm not able to answer all of them, so it's just better to do it in a video. Alright, so starting with the V35, I get a ton of questions about this phone in particular. So the V35 right now is around 238 brand new, and then it's around 190 refurbished renew, like the one I have here. If you go ahead on YouTube, if you want to see comparisons or videos on any of these phones, you just type in Matthews Tech and type in the phone you want to see, V35, and you'll see the comparisons and stuff that I've done with the V35 and vice versa. So this is pretty interesting. It's one of the, I guess, cheaper models. Just one of the unique things, I guess, about the V35 that's pretty appealing to a lot of people is it does not have any type of notch on here, which if you're somebody that is anti-notch, all of these phones have notches. This one does not have any type of notch on it, which is appealing to people. And also, it's a bit more compact. It's the smallest phone here at 6 inches. So this is a phone that you can easily one hand with no problem. Now it does have a wider body, which is something that I don't know, if you have smaller hands it could kind of make it feel a little uncomfortable, but again it depends on the person. That's pretty subjective, but again this is pretty compact. Even for 2021, definitely these phones are, I believe, 6.4 6.8 inches, so these are pretty big phones compared to the V35. So if you're somebody that wants a cheap phone, relatively compact, this is very interesting pick, very good pick with no notch as well. The power button is on the back, which counts as the fingerprint scanner, which, and again, some people like, some people don't like. But yeah, the V35 is extremely solid, so I have no issues. The only issue with this phone and recommending it like a lot is that you did not get the Android 10 update with this phone, and so you're not getting really software support with a V35. But again, it kills in every other department in terms of just the quality with the cameras. The screen on here is beautiful. It's a 1440p OLED display, very high PPI, Snapdragon 845. It's a really impressive phone. You got the quad DAC. You really have everything on here. It's just not getting these software updates. So that's why I recommend usually going to like the V40 if you have a little extra money to spend, because this got the Android 10 update. So again, you have to sort of make that decision on whether you want a smaller phone, a more compact, or whatever. All right, so another really good question that I get is, should you get the LG V60 or the V50s? So I do not have the V50s yet, but basically the V50s is just same as the V50, just with a dual screen case capability. Now the thing with that is the V50s, when I looked on eBay, is still going for around 400 bucks. Now you can get a V60 for that same price at around 400 bucks, but the dual screen case is going to be like an extra 100 bucks. So me personally, I think it's a better bet to just get a V60 here because the phone is newer. It's a bigger phone for, I think, for a power user. Having a bigger screen at 6.8 inches I think is better, and you have, again, just better specs on the V60. The V60 is overall a really good upgrade from the V50 and V50s because of the battery life. The speaker is the best out of all of these phones as well, and it's just for me, a power user, I would feel you would want the bigger display here. But again, if you want that dual screen capability, then yeah, the V50 S, you could get that over the V60 for sure. But me personally, I prefer the V60 if you're going to be going the dual screen case route. I just feel like as a power user, you want the most power and the biggest display. Another question I got was which phone had the best speaker, and like I said, the V60 100% has the best speaker, but second best, I'm not sure, I can't remember. So let's go ahead and just test them out, starting off with the V35. All of these are at max volume. V40. So of course the V60 first, and then the V50 and V40 honestly sound exactly the same. So I would say that was a tie with the V35, since it's the phone that has the only single firing speaker. It definitely sounded flatter than, you know, these three for sure. So that is the order and quality there again. So not a big, you know, surprise. Now, as far as software updates, again, the V35 did not get, you know, Android 10. The V40, V50 got Android 10. I expect the V50 will get Android 11. The V60 does already have Android 11 on it. If you want to see that video, I already have it, you know, on the channel for you guys. And the V40, I'm honestly not sure, but I doubt the V40 will get the Android 11 update. I put it in the same boat as the G7, so I do not think you're gonna get that Android 11 update. All right, so the next question is about speed. So these are all very fast phones, so speed wise you're not going to really notice a massive difference, and all of these phones are capable of playing the latest games at high settings. Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG, whatever you want to play, you can play them on here. Again, I think the best, you know, gaming device here is going to be, you know, the V60 for sure. But Snapdragon 865, 855, 845, 845, 8 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of RAM. So just to show you guys a general speed test here, you're not going to see like a massive difference. Open Subway Surf. V60, V50, and then the V40, I guess maybe the mic kind of picked me up too late, but it's usually the V40 is going to be on par with the V35 for sure. Let's go ahead and try again. Open Temple Run 2. I don't know, my V40 is slower than my V35 for some reason. Oh, I remember. Yeah, oh, well, no. Yeah, the Sprint version didn't get the Android 9 update. And that's the thing. If you guys are interested in buying any of these phones, stay away from any kind of Sprint version because of the merger and everything. They're not getting software updates and it's a mess. So I would stay away. Go for an unlocked or AT&T Verizon version of these phones for sure. Don't get stuck with a Sprint version. I think I have 2 Sprint versions of, I think it's these two. It's terrible. But all right, let's talk about the cameras. So again, I know I sound like a broken record, but for cameras, yes, the V60 is going to have the best cameras out of all of these phones. It is a really impressive camera, especially at $400 price point. Color accuracy is just really awesome. It gives you the very natural colors. Again, that is very subjective. I guess the opposite of the V60 would be the V35. This gives you super saturated colors like on like a Galaxy phone or something like that. The V60, I like the more natural colors. It's just a really nice camera. Dynamic range, you just get really clean photos, great detail. As you can see, selfie camera is really good as well. Video is really solid on here. You get 8K video as well. This is just a really good camera. It does really good in any lighting condition as well. It does pretty decent in low light. And as you can see from the shots here, I enjoy taking photos with the V60, especially if I want to get like a really realistic kind of shot here, then I would use this phone. The V50 is not too far off from the V60. It also has a really great camera as well, great dynamic range. It's a little softer than the V60. That is one of the things that you would notice right off the bat. Just a tad bit softer, but again, image quality is still pretty good, and it's softer on the front-facing camera as well. But again, V50 dynamic range, really great. Handles white balance really well. Handles low light conditions really great too. So it just takes some really good photos as well. And the V40 surprisingly still takes great photos. Even for it being, an older phone, as you can see here, dynamic range is really good on here. And again, a little bit softer compared to the V50 and V60, but it takes really close photos to the V50. So it wasn't like a huge upgrade when I was comparing the two that I noticed. But again, excellent cameras on the V40. And the V35 has really good cameras at this price point, and it gives you that very like popping look that makes the colors pop. So this does the opposite of what these phones do. These phones give you more natural colors. This one gives you like these super saturated colors, which is pretty interesting. So a lot of people, they like those more saturated colors or whatever. So it really comes down to personal preference. But these phones still have excellent cameras. And you can always download the Gcam port as well. Alright, so I do want to touch on the display. So I get this question a lot. So yes, the V60 does have a 1080p display here. All of these phones have an OLED display, but this has 1080p instead of the 1440p here. And the thing is, can you notice the difference? Yes and no. It depends on if you're like really close up to the phone, and if you're watching a 1440p video, then you'll notice like just a slight bump up in detail. It'll just look overall just a little bit better. But as far as color, brightness, they're pretty much the same. You won't really see a huge difference with these phones. But again, yes, if you look up close, you will notice a difference between a 1440p and a 1080p, especially with these high PPIs on these displays. It does look overall sharper. So if you're somebody like me that's really into displays and you just love 1440p displays, then these phones have them. The V60 does not, but what the V60 does here, or what I think the idea was when LG made that decision, was battery life. So this phone has amazing battery life. It's actually really crazy. The battery life on here can easily get up to 10-11 hours of screen on time. These phones usually are in the range of around 8 to 7 hours of screen on time. And again, being on 5G varies. So if you're on 5G on the V50 or V60, the battery life will vary, or if you're using a dual screen case. But the phones by themselves have excellent battery life, but the V60 definitely kills it when it comes to battery life. So that's pretty much it. All of these phones have all the bells and whistles still: IP rating, quad DAC, high res displays. Again, you have your dual screen case on here. Alright, so thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one.